Hello, it's Ruby, and today I'm starting a new and exciting and slightly daunting series on my channel. I'm going to call it the Dissertation Diaries because my dissertation is going to be taking up a lot of my time this term and I am really excited about it. The dissertation allows us to fully commit ourselves to studying, learning, researching something that we're interested in, and that's so cool. I filmed a dissertation vlog way back in the summer when I was first deciding my topic, and truly I am basically in the same place. I have submitted my proposal, I've had to, and I've been assigned a dissertation tutor, but I just still am in two minds. I still really want to do Emily Dickinson's letters. I decided to do Lewis Carroll's letters, which are fascinating. After chatting with one of my tutors back in October, I decided I wanted to do that for my dissertation because there's surprisingly little written on them, and yet they're so important, I think, for understanding the rest of Lewis Carroll's work. And it's surprising that there is so little on them, considering that Lewis Carroll is such a seminal writer and there has been so much scholarship on him. But I want to look at the manuscripts of his letters. I still really want to do Emily Dickinson's, and the reason I'm not going to, the reason I didn't decided against it, is because there is so much literature on her manuscripts. Basically, my plan for today, and what I'm going to be doing in this video, I've been doing some preliminary research over the Christmas holidays for my Lewis Carroll dissertation, and I am today going to try and find the letters that I would want to focus on if I did choose it as a dissertation. If I am really excited about these letters and I can't wait to get started and I'm having such a great time researching, then I will go ahead with the Lewis Carroll, and if I'm disheartened and I'm not really enjoying it, then perhaps I'll do the Emily Dickinson. This is me being so fickle. I know that I shouldn't change it this last minute, but both of my plans are in equal places. I wouldn't be really shooting myself in the foot if I did decide to change to the Dickinson. But this is so last minute, I just can't make this decision. It just seems like such a big decision, and I know it's not. It's like 3 months, which is a long time, but it's, you know, your dissertation isn't the be-all and end-all. You can choose a topic which is exciting but not the most exciting thing. Like, that's still okay. I don't know, I'm overthinking this. It's currently 9:45 and I'm going to try and find some of Carol's letters. They're actually really hard to find the manuscripts of, so I'm actually looking for locations. So let's go find those manuscripts and I will check back in with you later. So I've found the letters in this book. When I was reading it, I made a note of the ones that I found particularly interesting. So I've written all of these up. I've just put like the details of all of the letters here, and now I'm going to try and locate them. So I've got this book from the library, which should help me do that, because it's got a thing at the back where it says where Cohen found all of these letters. In the 1970s, he embarked on this project to locate Carroll's letters, and he managed to locate 4,000, which is amazing. In the dedication section, it says who found each of the letters for him. So I'm going to look into these and see if they're archived online, or at least where they're stored, and if they're accessible to the public at all. So I'm going to do that now. I think this is going to be quite a big task, and I'm going to try and finish it by 12. I have spent the last half an hour trying to track down a group of letters to the ones that I'm most keen on writing on. The transcripts are available, and there are little extracts, like manuscript extracts, where they've been scanned. I've traced it from 3 different places. It was then sold to an anonymous auction winner in 1991. There aren't full like manuscript scans of these documents, so they're basically missing, which is really, really awful. So I'm trying to see if there's any way to track down where they are, but like it's proving really, really difficult, so wish me luck, and hopefully I will manage to track down this collection of letters. I'm gonna have some lunch now. I ended up working on that for an extra 50 minutes than I meant to, but I did locate records of some manuscripts that I am really interested in seeing. These aren't available online, but I've contacted the people I need to contact, and one of the archives is in the UK, it's in Surrey, and so potentially I can go up and see those in person, which would be so cool. I'm going to take a lunch break and probably just watch some YouTube, maybe read, just have some relaxing time off. I am really enjoying this. It is really fun. It's making me want to do this as my dissertation, I've got to say. I've got an Alice in Wonderland teacup actually. Then here I was creating a timeline of epistolary novels using Genially, who are the sponsor of today's video. Genially is a platform for creating interactive and fun presentations. I've just taken this timeline and I'm putting in some key epistolary novels. So Genially has loads of templates from, I'll just quickly show you. When you go to create something on Genially, you have all of these options of things you can make, like presentations, games, guides. So I went on infographics to make this timeline. Then you can see there are loads of timelines here. So we've got like evolution, classic fairy tales. The one that I went for is just this really simple one because I just wanted something basic, but there are literally so many to choose from. It's so useful because it means that you can have something really professional without actually having to spend very long doing it. Like, I love this, like a vintage advent calendar. Not that that's anything to do with academics, but I just quite like it. In this clip, you can just see me creating that timeline. So I really wanted to make this interactive, and the cool thing about Genially is you can add buttons. So you just need to go to interactive elements, and then you'll see that there are all of these buttons to choose from. So I just chose this eye. Then if you click the interactivity button, you can have it so it takes you somewhere when you click or hover on it. So I just wanted to add a tooltip, which means that when you hover over it, it will come up with information. And then just to get a sense of how this looks at the end, this is what the finished thing looks like. As you can see, I'm just hovering over the eye and it comes up with this information. There are so many things you can integrate into your Genially presentations, like maps and videos, etc. So for example, this is a page I created about rugby school, and when you click on this, it takes you to this clip from Tom Brown's School Days, which was set at rugby. Genially is really useful for presentations and just creating interactive content. It's also completely free, and they are adding free new templates every week. So if you want to start using it, there'll be a link in the description box. So yes, I just made that presentation, and then I had a lecture at 5:30. It was a dissertation lecture actually, and beforehand I went to the library to pick up the second volume of Lewis Carroll's letters. I'd taken out the first volume, but I thought it'd be useful to have the second too. I was really struggling to find this book though. It's now 10:15 and I've just been working on my dissertation, as you've seen. So I just sent an email to Rugby School with some questions about their archives. There was something in particular I was wondering if they had, and so I emailed asking. It's honestly so fun, like tracking down these documents. Manuscript work is my favourite thing about English literature. I think manuscripts are so important. They really help us to understand text better, and so this is exactly the kind of thing I love doing. I also read the introduction to this book on Lewis Carroll's, like the books that were in his library. I think the books that we read can really, well, they shape us as people, and so it's really good to be aware of the kinds of books that people read. I didn't read the whole thing in full because, if I can find it, this book, Lewis Carroll Among His Books. So as you can see, it's basically written like a dictionary. So I haven't read the full thing, but I searched it for like letter collections, epistles, etc., so that I could see the kinds of letters that he'd read. I was just doing a load of research into Lewis Carroll's education, and as part of that I also just made that Genially page that I showed you earlier with some key information about Rugby School so that I could go back to this easily. I've just been reading about Arnold and how he transformed classics education. I'm now going to go on a walk because I really need some fresh air, I think, and it's not a particularly nice day. It's cloudy, but it's not, I don't know, it's just like a very standard day. I'm back from my walk now and I have got myself some more tea. This is a licorice chai from from Heath and Heather. I'm now just going to do a quick mind map, what I hope to achieve with this dissertation, like what my goals are for the project, if that makes sense. So things like how is it going to help future scholarship? Where does it fit into in terms of current scholarship? I just want to spend 10 minutes writing this up because it's going to help me get my bearings more with what direction I want to go in. I'm going to try and do one of these mind maps maybe every week, like giving myself the time to evolve, giving myself space to evolve if I want to go off in new directions, but making sure that I stay intentional about like what my direction is, as opposed to like doing loads of random things which actually don't feed into the goal of my project. I'm very aware that it's such an open-ended project you can do so much with, that I know myself, I know that I go down rabbit holes. Lewis Carroll. I know I go down rabbit holes, so I want to make sure that like I stay on track somewhat, and this maybe is hopefully a way that I can do that. I'm just going to scan this letter. And now I'm just going to edit that so I can annotate it. This was a letter from Lewis Carroll's father and I just annotated it. And then I went to Boston Tea Party to do some studying. So this actually wasn't related to my dissertation, but I still included it because I feel like cafe studying is just very satisfying to watch. I got myself some chocolate tea, which is my favourite thing that they do at Boston Tea Party. Also, chocolate tea at the moment is my favourite tea. I feel like I go between favourite teas so much. Like it's actually kind of silly how much my favourite tea changes. But at the moment it's chocolate tea. I wrote a letter first of all. And then I was just doing some work for my other module. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope that you have a productive week.